What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now, for this video, we're going to be jumping into my all-time favorites. We're going to be tackling Captain Marvel, issue number 31. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead and check out the link in the description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on in this line. Now, this is written by Kelly Thompson, and for those of you that have not been keeping up, we are jumping into a brand new story arc, closing out the sorceress Captain Marvel kind of era that they had going on, and now back in a relationship with War Machine. After everything that has gone on and everything that they have been through, they now think that it is time for them to have some kind of vacation. But being superheroes, you never get a day off. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 31, we are picking up with Carol and James on an airplane, deciding that neither of them really want to fly. They're going to try to have a as normal human vacation as they possibly can. And what we see is just, some really great flirtation between the two, seeing that they really have rekindled everything. It's showing us that, Rhodes really has forgiven her up to this point. Understanding how people deal and handle with trauma, we see how truly compassionate and how forgiving he really can be. But this gets broken up very quickly, because it's not long before people start to realize that this is Carol Danvers. This is Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel sitting here on a plane with them. Regular people, regular everyday people. They can freaking fly, not understanding why they don't. Everybody starts lining up, trying to get signatures, trying to get something signed, be it an arm, a cell phone, whatever they have on their person, they're trying to get signed. Now, this causes a little bit of panic. This causes a little bit of a cluster going on the plane, while the flight attendant is working effortlessly, trying to calm everybody down, trying to get everybody to just relax. It does not seem to be working. These people are working themselves into a freaking frenzy because they are so starstruck right now. But things are about to get just a little bit more crazy, because this is where we see Lauri teleport in. Lauri being the half-sister of Captain Marvel. Not only that, but she is currently under the title of Accuser. And Lauri has shown up here to let Carol know that she needs her assistance, that she needs her help, and she needs her help immediately. And at first, Carol, she tries to brush it off. She tries to let her know, I'm trying to go on vacation, I'm trying to have a good time. Like, can this wait just a couple days? But Lauri lets her know that the issue has to do with their mother. And after hearing this, War Machine is on board, and they all three, they teleport to Throne World. And with them arriving on Throne World, Lauri starts to fill them in, letting them know that they are now at a state-of-the-art laboratory facility. This is where their mother's DNA has been kept, along with tons of other lost Kree warriors. They store all of this DNA inside of this facility. But the only issue is, somebody has stolen a bunch of this DNA. A lot of it has gone missing and nobody knows why. And some of that DNA just so happens to be their mother's. And so with them not working fast enough, Lauri wants to do some investigating of her own, thinking that she may need the help of her sister. That's why she brought her along. And as they come up to the facility, the guards are telling her that they cannot come in. Regardless of how high-ranking she is as the Accuser, they cannot give her authority to go inside without somebody's permission from above her. Lauri, deeming this to be something that is acceptable, she finds another way to get inside, and this is where we see her teleport them inside into the facility. Now, as they come in, our young scientist, she drops everything that is in her hands. She's completely startled and thrown off, not expecting somebody to be teleporting in. Captain Marvel apologizing for startling her and causing her to drop everything, asking if there's any concern with any of the chemicals she just dropped. Is it going to come alive? Is it going to turn into a freaking mustard gas? But saying that it's no big deal, they have a way of cleaning up waste like this. And we see the young scientist hit a switch. And hitting this switch, we see a doorway open up at the floor. And this is where all of the chemical waste goes. This is where everything falls down into. Everything from DNA to further. And it all goes down there and mixes into what they call the sludge. And though the sludge isn't technically alive, it is technically alive at the same time. Or at least that is their current belief on it. Though it doesn't seem like anybody has gone down to investigate, and that leaves a lot of questions just on the facility itself, but for the sake of the story. But this is where we see our three heroes make their way down into the sewer. Going down into this space sewer, they're looking for anything that they could be out of the ordinary. And as they walk along the pathways, it doesn't take long before they come across some giant, hideous monstrosity that is clinging and climbing these walls. Making their way down to it, Carol, she tries a nice approach. She tries to talk to it. She tries to have a conversation and see if maybe it'll respond to them. Maybe it wants something, maybe it can talk. Who knows what it is capable of? And as it begins to talk to it, it says its name is the sludge. And so we see that it can talk, even though it wasn't technically supposed to be able to even form a sentence. We're seeing it use words. And so with this ability to create communication, Carol Danvers is in the hope they can bring this to a peaceful resolution. And as Carol is doing her best to try to conversate with it, we see it turn into Captain Marvel. We see it turn into Captain Marvel. And this throws everybody off, not really understanding how the sludge is able to form Marvel's shape and body, believing that it's possible the sludge has gotten a hold of some of Captain Marvel's DNA. That would be one of the only explanations on how this is possible. But when this happens, sludge attacks both the Accuser's weapon and War Machine's armor. In attacking both of these, it's trying to get into all of it, trying to make it to where they are inoperable. And with those two trying to break free, Captain Marvel gives the thing the opportunity, gives the sludge the chance to let them go. And when it does not, Carol charges up her fist and she sends a giant energy blast, and we see the sludge dissipate into all directions. But this did not do the trick. This did not stop the sludge from trying to take over their machinery. And so with War Machine trying to do whatever he can, he breaks out Operation 314. And this pretty much takes off his suit piece by piece. While the Accuser and Captain Marvel, they use their powers combined, and they rid the Accuser's weapon of any sludge that is on it. Turning to War Machine's armor, we see Captain Marvel blast it, kind of incinerating and ensuring that there is nothing on it. Seeing them armor back up and put some shields up, this is when things kick into high gear. And as Captain Marvel starts to float to the sky, she starts to glow. And from her comes a giant blast. And with this blast, the sludge is turned into tiny pieces. These tiny pieces are then caught by the Accuser in protective little bubbles. These bubbles containing the pieces of sludge. They believe that the sludge has now been defeated. They believe that they now have the upper hand and they have won. And now having this discovery, she's going to have to tell the Emperor. Not only that, but they're going to have to put this place into quarantine. And as they discuss the possibilities of what just happened down there, they're thinking that maybe Marvel's DNA got mixed in there. But the question is, how would it get the DNA? And if it did get Marvel's DNA, does it have anybody else's DNA? Does it have their mother's DNA? But Lauri-ell, she intends to find out. She intends to dive into this and find out exactly what is going on here and why this was left so unchecked for so long. And that will take us to 72 hours later, with Captain Marvel and War Machine now on some beaches, enjoying their vacation, finally getting that true R&R that both of them need. Time away from everything and everybody. And they need to enjoy this time, because this is not gonna last long. Because though it may look like they're on a beach, they're not actually on the beach. They're just sitting on a rooftop, imitating what it would be like to be at the beach. Because this is really about as far away as they're gonna get, without something kicking off. And it's not going to be long because the sludge is still existing. The sludge is still down in those sewers. And the sludge is under the command of somebody else. And that will be where this issue ends. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I am really excited to see what is going to be coming, because after checking out some previews for issue 32 and 33, it looks like we are going to be diving into some Dark Captain Marvel, which I am super excited for, and it looks like we're getting a lot more than that. Titled The Last of the Marvels, it looks like they are going to be hunting down all of the Captain Marvels, all of the Marvels to include Kamala Khan. And so this is going to be one heck of a story coming up. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.